today we had a very successful first day of the cleanup in these areas. We were able to arrest over 90 illegal immigrants and 43 children were found here. Home Affairs is busy processing them, and the 90 are en route to deportation.
Where is the cut quickly, cut quickly.
So residents of Tshwane, we have just finished a bylaw enforcement in the CBD. This is one of the establishments at corner of Brown and Blood Street. This is one of the most chaotic part of our CBD that we have not focused on. What we have found here, these Chinese, they are running a prostitution ring. I mean, they've got tons of rooms here. They are selling fake alcohol. They've employed illegal immigrants. So we are arresting 4 Chinese officials. We are arresting all of these people because they don't have documents. I mean, we've got about 15 women, we've got about 15 young men that are working here without proper papers to be in South Africa. So this is one of the ways in which we're going to reclaim the city. But what is clear is that these people are working with our officials. The electricity, the way it is done, they are confessing that they are paying 5,000 rand. So we have a problem internally. Our officials are not loyal, some of them. And so we are taking these ones. We're going to charge those 4 officials for, running a prostitution ring and for employing illegal immigrants. But we will be camping in this side of the city. It's very dirty. We're going to clean it. And in the next few weeks, this place is going to look different. You've got my word on it.
Okay, ladies.
Residents of Tshwane, we are back at Ekindo. This time we brought a powerful team, a coordinated team that's going to deal with the illegalities that happen here. We've had different teams coming to enforce bylaw, but they were not coming as a team. Currently, we are busy closing down the place. On the 15th of October, our emergency services guys came and they closed down. It was not even an hour later when they opened themselves. You know that we're here one night where we just needed to check for ourselves what makes these guys so powerful that even when we close them down, they open themselves. Now, what we are doing now, we're closing them down because the extension of this structure is illegal. There is a brothel happening here, and because this has a liquor license, they're not supposed to have lodging. Now that brothel is illegal, it's not approved, even though their original documents talks about a hotel. They don't have a fire certificate, they don't have an LED certificate. And so because of those reasons, we are closing them down. For them to open, they must submit these building plans to us, so those building plans will enable them to apply for other licenses. But also what is concerning is the fact that there were items that were not being built. For instance, waste. These people have about 20 bins. We collect here, but they've never been included in their bill. So we are dealing with Ekindo, the residents of Tshwane, mostly because it's concerning. What is happening here and what is happening with people's sons and daughters in this establishment is unacceptable. I know that we do joke about it. Maybe when we have a problem, we do joke about it. But we knew in our hearts that we need to deal with this, and that's exactly what we are doing. And so what we'll also do is just to arrest the guy for the illegal activities that are happening. So we'll take the guy who's also a guy that we've had issues with in Sunnyside. Anyway, the story is too long for now. We're just saying Ekindo is closed until further notice. Residents of Tshwane, since the past few weeks, we've been camping in Pretoria West for obvious reasons. There's a lot of lawlessness in this area. But for us is that we are fighting water losses and electricity losses, only to find that the people in Pretoria West are not only connecting illegally, but also they are selling our electricity through private meters. So we are here today, but what is different now is that for every temper that we found on our meters, we have the team that is opening dockets. Because I know that the residents have been asking, so other than the temper fee, what else do you do? we need to now understand this is criminality and treat it as such. So from now, even the 2 cases that we found last week of the 18 million rand and 26 million rand, we will be opening dockets for those and treat this as the criminality that it is. So from where I am, residents of Tshwane, it can't be that we ask you to pay for your bills, but there's a group here that think that they're above our laws. So that's what we are doing differently, but it's been a successful operation. We're doing it to make sure that every resident, every household, every business, they pay for their rates and taxes. We have not given up on ensuring that the businesses that are here, they are zoned properly, that they are complying. But what we're realizing here, again, another lawlessness where people convert residential areas into business areas. But those are things that we are focusing on. But we are not leaving Pretoria West. At least these people must be uncomfortable with breaking our laws.
Go.
Residents of Tshwane, you can see the progress that we are making in demolishing the structure. We've been here a couple of times after we got a court order that we must demolish the structure. This person built all of these buildings without the necessary approvals. We approached the court agreed with us. What was most concerning was the integrity of the structure. When you go up, you could see that this is not fit for people to stay in. So we are grateful that the courts listen to our case when we presented it, but also to the person who keep with these criminal activities, because this is criminality. We know the name of the person, we've never seen them on site. We hear that he's got similar structures all over the place. So we just want to discourage that, even for those who are still thinking about doing it. We're gonna own one of these machines, because we understand that we have many criminals who do not want to respect our bylaws. So today, Tshwane, we just want to show you that we are making progress on the promises that we have made, that when we reclaim this city, there will be people that will be uncomfortable, mostly the criminals, but we have to continue working. Thank you. Residents of Tshwane, it's a very beautiful afternoon in the city. The spring has been good on us. So we took advantage of the good weather to collect 25 million rand that is owed by different establishments. We started in Hatfield, we went to the CBD, Pretoria West, we are now back to Sunnyside, and we are grateful to see big institutions starting to send their proof of payments. Thank you, TUT. But this is what we need to do. We are noticing that businesses, especially and big establishments, they've not gotten into the culture of paying their bills on time, which means it requires people like myself to join the team, so I can send a very strong message that if we do not collect what is due to us after consumption of water and electricity, we get problems. Firstly, to meet our obligation towards our creditors, but also we don't have enough money to deliver services to the people. So the team is tired now. I want to release them. Shame, poor things have been on the ground since morning. But I do believe that this is a message that's worth sending. And also it's a way of educating our clients. When you consume services, you must pay for those services. But please, we'll keep you updated on the proof of payments. But this is not the first and the last time that you will see us collecting what's due to the city.
Go.
Residents of Tshwane, we've been promising that we'll do something about plastic view and symmetry view. We know what the problems are here. One of the stakeholders that we needed to partner with us on the issue of plastic view and symmetry view is Home Affairs, in addition to South African Police Service. I'm very pleased to report residents of Tshwane that today we had a very successful first day of the cleanup in these areas. We were able to arrest over 90 illegal immigrants, and 43 children were found here. Home Affairs is busy processing them, and the 90 are en route to deportation. Residents of Tshwane, this is a huge task, and we always appreciate when government comes together to make sure that we do the right thing, because there's development that has been blocked because as the city we have not been able to deal with the issue of plastic and symmetry view. So we are very happy and very pleased with the progress we made today. Of course, this is just the beginning, and we'll make sure that we come back to finish what we have started. Residents of Tshwane, this morning we continued with our Tshwane Yadima campaign. We made a promise that we're going to intensify service delivery in Tshwane, but we can't do that if there are customers who don't pay their bills. It's quite disheartening that 12 months after we've started this campaign, there are people who are still not honoring their bills, and they're not bothered by it. And I think the most disturbing thing is the fact that they even connect them illegally, and there are those serious offenders. Denel is one of them, and there are residents, for instance, in Waterkloof where we were, where this serial offender but also have connected illegally. We have always made the point, residents of Tshwane, that if you cannot afford your bills, please do approach our offices. Make sure you make an arrangement. And so there's a new group of customers, the schools in Tshwane. They are serial offenders. They do not pay their bills on time. And I don't know why they think that they shouldn't pay their bills while they have been given their appropriations by the province. Now, we can't be blackmailed into not doing our job because they're still using our water and electricity. So it's quite disheartening. Then when you get here and then the principals start making excuses, why don't they pay their bills? I know they've been given the budget. So these are some of the things. 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting, with schools, and this school in particular did not pitch up. And now, if they owe 1.2 million, it's a problem for us, because how are we going to continue to provide them with the service if they don't pay? So residents of Tshwane, all we are asking is that we do understand that sometimes there's an issue of affordability, but we are saying please approach our offices before we give you the red notice. So yeah, so that's the morning. So we have now went after 10 million, and we'll continue tomorrow.